Welcome to Chaco Canyon, a place where ancient history and stunning landscapes collide. Today, we're diving deep into one of the canyon's most fascinating sites, Una Vida. Ever heard of it? Well, it's a Chacoan great house that will take you back over 1,000 years to the height of Chacoan civilization. If you're into petroglyphs, ancient architecture, or just want a short scenic hike, this is the one for you. Una Vida, which means one life in Spanish, is a Chacoan great house that has remained in a near-natural state of preservation. That means it hasn't been overly excavated or reconstructed, which gives you more of a glimpse into the authentic past of the site. Located just a short walk from the visitor center, this is one that offers a 1-mile round trip that includes both ancient ruins and some pretty nice petroglyphs. But what makes Una Vida so special? Well, for starters, it's one of the earliest great houses in Chaco Canyon. It was built in phases, starting in mid-1800s and continued to grow until about 1100 AD. This sprawling complex had more than 160 rooms, including some at a second story. Plus, it also had 4 kivas and even a great kiva. The architectural style of this classic Chacoan has distinctive masonry work that went into the other sites. As you get to walk through these ancient ruins, I like to imagine the people who lived here more than 1,000 years ago. They were building these grand structures, farming the land, and conducting ceremonial activities in the kivas. Similar to other Chacoan structures, the ground plan of Una Vida reveals a D-shaped layout, typical of Chacoan great houses. The structure's design shows how advanced and interconnected these communities really were. Now, we can't just focus completely on the ruin for this because there's petroglyphs to see. So after soaking in the history of Una Vida, it was time to explore something even more complex, and those are petroglyphs. From Una Vida ruin, you can continue the trail up to the northwest corner, which takes you on this little spur that's a little steep with a bit of a rocky slope, but don't worry, it's a short climb and you get an epic view plus some petroglyphs at the end. As you reach the base of the cliff, you'll eventually find several petroglyph panels that are etched into the canyon walls.
It's up there and then over here too.
These carvings are thought to date back to even earlier than the great house itself. But the ancient mystery really here is, what were these for? We may not really know exactly, but many believe these images could have been tied to spiritual or ceremonial purposes. From what we've seen in the past, a lot of these tend to be more of daily life scenarios. Some of the petroglyphs are located on boulders along the way, so you want to keep your eyes peeled. It's kind of like a scavenger hunt for ancient art as you go up. Besides the petroglyphs, the views from this part of the trail are absolutely breathtaking. You can see for miles across the desert landscape, making this hike a true highlight for any trip to Chaco Canyon. I think one of the fun facts about this area for Una Vida is it was strategically placed at the convergence of 2 washes. Archaeologists believe that this wasn't random. Water is vital, obviously, and especially in the desert, and evidence suggests that water diversion systems were used to support the inhabitants here. Talk about early engineering feats. And if you're a fan of archaeology, Una Vida has had limited excavations. These rooms weren't even backfilled until 1979, meaning a lot of the history was left untouched for modern archaeologists to study should they decide so in the future. So Una Vida isn't just a ruin or a set of petroglyphs. It's about the sense of awe you feel walking through this ancient landscape. Whether you're a history buff, a nature lover, or just someone who wants a relatively short, beautiful hike, Una Vida is there for you.